Hello and welcome. I'd like to introduce you to a brand new Cribbage AI. I want to tell you the story of how ChatGPT changed cribbage strategy forever. So sit back and relax and listen to this story, which is going to take place over a number of acts. Act 1, The Smooth Talker. Have you heard of a game called Cribbage? Yes, I have heard of a game called Cribbage. It is a popular card game that is typically played with 2 players, although variations exist with 3 or 4 players. The game is usually played with a standard deck of 52 cards and a special scoring board called a cribbage board. In Cribbage, players take turns playing cards and trying to score points by creating combinations of cards that add up to certain values. The game is played in several rounds, with players taking turns being the first to play each round. Cribbage is known for its unique scoring system, which involves pegging points on the cribbage board using a special peg. The first player to reach a certain number of points, usually 121, wins the game. Amazing. Act 2, The Deal. If I give you a cribbage hand, can you recommend a discard? Certainly. To recommend a discard for a cribbage hand, I would need to know the specific cards in your hand, as well as the current score of the game and whether you are the dealer or the non-dealer. Please provide me with this information and I'll do my best to offer an optimal discard recommendation. Now this is what we want. Act 3, A Simple Test. 2 of clubs, 4 of clubs, 5 of hearts, 8 of clubs, 9 of spades, Queen of diamonds. It is your crib. Your score is 39 and your opponent's score is 26. Based on this hand, and the fact that you are the dealer and it's your crib, a strong discard choice would be the 5 of hearts and the Queen of diamonds. This is actually amazing. That's what I would choose in the game. That's what I chose the other day. I wonder why. Why does it make this choice? The 5 of hearts is the least valuable card in your hand, and it's unlikely to form valuable combinations in your crib, so it would be a good card to discard. The Queen of diamonds is also not a very useful card in the crib, as it's unlikely to form a pair with another card, and it's also a relatively high value card that could potentially help your opponent score points. I don't think I understand. By discarding the 5 of hearts and the Queen of diamonds, you increase the chances that your opponent will receive a low scoring crib, while also keeping some potential for scoring points in your hand. Since you have a significant lead in the game with a score of 39 to your opponent's 26, it's important to minimize the opponent's chances of catching up. So making an optimal discard can be critical to your success in the game. Wait. It said that it's my opponent who scores points from the crib. But it's my crib. This is very confusing. Act 4. Perfection. Ace, ace, 6, 8, 9, 10. It is your opponent's crib, your score is 88, and your opponent's score is 94. Based on this hand, and the fact that it's your opponent's crib, a strong discard choice would be to throw away the 6 and the 8. The 2 aces are very valuable cards and should be kept together to form a pair. The 6 and the 8 are not very useful in this hand, and they are also less likely to form combinations with other cards. By discarding the 6 and the 8, you increase the chances that your opponent will receive a low-scoring crib. Well, it seems to like talking about my opponent's crib, and it seems to really like these pair of aces. Maybe we're undervaluing the power of the pair of aces. Since your score is 88 and your opponent's score is 94, you are behind in the game, so it's important to minimize your opponent's chances of scoring points. Making a strong discard can help achieve this goal by reducing the value of the opponent's crib. Well, if you put it like that, I guess 6-8 must be the best thing to discard here. There's no way they could put a 7 in the crib. And runs. They hasn't talked about runs at all. Maybe they're not important at all. Yes, I think this must be what's going on. Act 5. An expert opinion. How might a cribbage expert explain this situation? A cribbage expert might explain this situation by emphasizing the importance of making an optimal discard to minimize the opponent's chances of scoring points, especially when you are behind in the game. This makes sense. In this particular hand, the 2 aces are very valuable cards as they can form a pair and score 2 points. By keeping the aces together and discarding the 6 and the 8, you increase the chances that your opponent will receive a low-scoring crib, and also leave yourself with the potential for scoring points in your hand. I see. Maybe it's saying that discarding the 6 and the 8 is better than discarding the ace and the ace, because that way we keep the 2 points in our hand. What a brilliant suggestion. Furthermore, since your score is 88 and your opponent's score is 94, you are behind in the game, and you need to make up ground to win. By making a strong discard and reducing the value of your opponent's crib, you can slow down the opponent's momentum and give yourself a better chance of catching up. I like the use of momentum here. It gives the game an exciting level of race factor to it. I don't know. That's lovely. Overall, a cribbage expert would stress the importance of careful analysis and strategic thinking when making a discard, considering factors such as the strength of the hand, the potential value of the cards, and the current score of the game. By making optimal discards, you can improve your chances of winning the game. I don't think I could agree more. Amazing stuff. I think that this really highlights how good ChatGPT is at cribbage. And I think that in the future, instead of going to Liam Brown's discard analyzer or thinking about this ourselves, I think that ChatGPT might be the place that we go. I hope that you got something out of that, and I hope that you're not too afraid of glimpsing into the future of Cribbage AI. Might be a little bit scary, but it's closer than we think, and I think it's going to revolutionize our game a great deal. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.